My name is Daniel Strong, Associate Director and Curator of Exhibitions at the Grinnell College Museum of Art. I am speaking on August 18, 2020, the centennial of the ratification of the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution. In commemoration of this event, the Grinnell College Museum of Art is presenting the exhibition Let Yourself Continue, featuring works by more than 50 women artists represented in the Museum of Art's collection. The 19th Amendment states, in part, "The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex." It is perhaps ironic to celebrate such an achievement with this exhibition, the contents of which are abridged solely on account of sex, and we present it fully cognizant of this irony, in contrast to the countless exhibitions over the millennia that have been abridged of women participants without such awareness or so much as a second thought. The title of the exhibition comes from a New York Times interview, published on June 11th of this year, of the artist Faith Ringgold, whose print, To Be or Not to Be Free, is on view in this exhibition. 89 years old, widowed in February, then isolated in her New Jersey home for months by the coronavirus pandemic, she speaks of her trouble finding footing and her voice amidst every day's new bad news. "I'm just keeping my eyes wide open so I can find a point of view on all this," she said, with a sigh. "I've been waiting for the inspiration that can help me inspire others." One way forward is found in her own words, "Let yourself continue." The artists in this exhibition are not presented to reflect joint pursuits, collective actions, or a singular voice, but to emphasize the individual voice of each as an artist. For the sake of visual harmony, and perhaps some discoverable affinities, however, we have arranged them according to a few themes that may say something as well about the shape of our ever-growing collection. One of those themes is imagery of the body. In assembling the works for this exhibition during this time of great uncertainty, it was startling how many featured imagery of the body in suspension, or contortion, or transformation. Kiki Smith's sueño, the word is Spanish for dream, began as an outline of the artist's body drawn directly on the etching plate. It is a figurative essay on life, literally life-sized. As both a sculptor and printmaker, Kiki Smith is a frequent explorer of the connection, the connective tissue perhaps, between the body and the world, both the natural and the human-made. Nothing is sacred or withheld, yet what is universal in the physical is particular, peculiar, and personal in the experience of it. Smith shows us a template. Shorn of markers of race, gender, and class, skin, hair, or clothing perhaps, awaiting the viewer's imprint. Our identities are in the details. If Smith shows us a figure floating in a dream, Carol Walker more often shows the figure caught in a nightmare, race, gender, and class explicit. Her large print, African American, bears a non-specific title, but markers of identity are not intended to be vague. Unlike in the Kiki Smith, we do not sense the figures in Walker's works to be floating free. Reckoning with injustice, reconciling with circumstance, or simply adapting to changing conditions appears in Anna Gaskell's portfolio called Atonement. The artist, a Des Moines native, is inspired by the narratives of adolescent transformation, such as Alice in Wonderland and Pinocchio. Flights of imagination become journeys of self-discovery in regions of adventure or sanctuary, over the river through the woods, under the covers, or in the doghouse, where change feels like punishment inflicted from outside forces. A similar sense permeates the watercolors of Marcia Curé's Split Personality series. Only in negotiating life's perils might one recognize change as the opportunity to flex, to strengthen, and to exert both the body and the mind. A public health crisis, an economic crisis, a social justice crisis, and, looming ahead, perhaps an election crisis, in which the turnout of women voters will be more critical than at any time in the past 100 years. These have perhaps added new urgency, and not a little uncertainty, to how to negotiate one's body's new way in the world, and even in one's own space. This is precisely the dilemma expressed by Faith Ringgold in the interview that inspired this exhibition. The dilemma is also intrinsic to the most powerful impulse in art making, reckoning with the world in hopes of divining a productive and meaningful and relatable relationship to it. It is hoped that this virtual exhibition, which can be perused at will on the Grinnell College Museum of Art's website, will pique our audience's interest in further exploring the museum's online database. We are constantly bringing more of the collection online and hope to use this exhibition as an opportunity to fill out the story of each object via student, faculty, and staff research. Please visit us at grinnell.edu/museum.